Hey, my bitch is bad and bullshit. Hey, cooking the work with the oils. Hey, my niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s at 100 rounds too. Hey, you hear me? We to talk about the Migos. Well, most notably, Offset. I'm not gonna say the Migos is done. You never know. Quavo and Offset could do one last culture album, get some vocals from Takeoff that weren't used, and construct like a little EP mixtape thing, Culture 5, like, get the last to take off out there, you know what I'm saying? And run it up. You know what I'm saying? But besides all that, we ain't here to talk about that. But RP Takeoff, you heard me? We in this bitch. We gonna take off like a rocket, you know what I'm saying? We running that shit up, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, besides all that, Offset has some beef with Quality Control. Last time I talked about this, basically what happened, he dropped 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like whatever, go. He dropped Cold with Money Bag. Yo, he's trying to have his solo career. He doesn't have a solo career with Quality Control. He has it with Motown, which I don't know if they're together still, because apparently, I don't know. I think Quality Control, like, they sold it to another nigga or partnership. I don't fucking know. Besides all that, they've been blocking his ass. He been saying P been blocking his ass from dropping solo music, blase, blase, blase. And it kind of stopped. We had the whole Grammy situation, which Quavo and Offset allegedly had, like, a situation because I guess the Grammys invited Offset to try to help Quavo honor Takeoff, but Quavo just wanted to do it by himself. Anyways, there's a little ish over there. Quavo dropped the song saying like Migos is done, all this other ish. They might not fuck with each other anymore. And maybe Takeoff was really the glue holding these niggas together. Because at this point, I'm thinking, yo, families beef all the time. They might get back to it. But right now, they ain't. Like, I'm not saying they're going to be the best of friends, but they're going to be like cool, whatever. They might give us a 1-2 track of them being back together. And now we just like, you know what I'm saying? But now, it looks like Offset's made up his mind to be a solo act, but Quality Control's not doing it. So it says his beef with Quality Control stems from a 2015 Capitol Records deal. The legal saga between Offset and Quality Control continues as the rapper plots on the release of his sophomore solo album. On Sunday night, the rapper expressed his grievances with the label on Twitter. And YouTube, this is a quote, "Leave my ass alone. If you cussing, you cussing. Never thought life would be this effed up. I can't drop music also," he wrote. Unfortunately, while fans believe the issue arose in 2021, it turns out that Offset's issues with Quality Control go back to 2015, well, before Migos released the first installment of their Culture series. According to court documents, Set agreed to produce solo records for Quality Control back in 2013, while the Migos were just beginning to get their feet wet. However, things took a turn in 2015 when Quality Control entered a deal with Capitol Records, which resulted in their ownership of every solo record that Offset released between 2018 to 2023. At the time, it didn't seem like the rapper had any issues with the deal, especially as the Migos were just about to have their massive breakout moment. However, things changed when Offset tried to renegotiate his deal. In 2021, Offset struck a deal with Quality Control to regain control of his solo music. The deal stated that from January 2021, he had ownership of all of his solo music. His attorney, Brian Fredman, said in a new filing. However, Quality Control apparently didn't see it the same way. QC said that they still have full ownership due to their previous deal with Capitol Records, which Offset feels is ridiculous. His attorney argued that QC gave up the rights to his music when they negotiated a deal, leaving Offset with full control of his masters. Ultimately, it seems like this fight between Offset and Quality Control is far from over. While Offset still has a prosperous career, there's still a lot of money at the center of this lawsuit, and the case is already moving through the court system. Hopefully, the two parties will be able to come to a conclusion soon, especially as Offset continues to tease new music. So far, he hasn't set a release date for his next album, but it seems like he'll need to settle this lawsuit before it arrives in its entirety. Hey, like I said, bro, this music business, I know we see the glitz and the glamour. We thinking, oh, this shit is all what it's made up to be. Bro, it is what happened. Like, bro, Lil Reese got shelved so long on Def Jam. Motherfuckers get shelved, they leave their deal and they couldn't drop, bro. You didn't hear when Jeezy was on Breakfast Club when, like, he was giving, when he had his deal, he had to finish up his deal. He wasn't giving them his quality, like, ish to drop. Until he got out of his deal, he gave us that shit with drama, and we like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We sit here like, yo, that shit was good as fuck. Jeezy, goddamn. With that being said, it's all politics. They like a fucking bank, bro. Like, you owe them niggas, bro. They ain't letting you out until you pay back everything you owe. And they don't give a fuck no more. They gonna keep giving your ass interest upon interest upon interest. This shit ain't all what it's cut up to be. Now, again, do I agree with Offset? Yes. If y'all have some shit to the point, y'all did some shit with Capital. Y'all had your little deal, whatever. And now Capital has your shit and the deal technically dissolved. And I don't know what Freedom filed, how that was structured, how that worked. If y'all agreed to that, then he should have solo rights. But then again, he's trying to drop a Motown. I don't know what deal he worked out with Motown. But besides that, but QC's not seeing it that way from the original agreement in 2013 when they were first bubbling. Now, we've seen that happen when Future got as big as he was. I think when it was around the time Future and Hendrix dropped. I think he dropped them so close because apparently he had like some contract with Rocco that, you know, he still owed him a little bit of money. So, yeah, and even though he signed to wherever he is now and he's fucking Future, he still had to get that nigga his money. Even like when he was on that fucking fantastic run he was on. So it was what it was. So maybe it's one of those cases, hey, y'all might have to come to a settlement. You might have to pay them niggas out, but it is what it is. We're not gonna get some new Offset music. And we heard a snippet, especially like, I'm upset, I'm offset, whatever the fuck he was going on. Nigga, you know Cardi B gonna be on the outside. She gonna go crazy on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy. It's all about business at the end of the day. You think like motherfuckers just get into this shit? Don't get me wrong. You might come into this music industry with the pure love of music and creating this shit. But if your business ain't right, they gonna fuck your ass over. So you gotta get yourself a proper team to make sure your ass is good. And you sadly, the artistry is gonna have to go on the back burner for now. When you coming up, you grinding, you sign that little deal, and you just creating and shit. Okay, yeah, you got a little artistry bag, you know what I'm saying? You feeling good, you shimmying and shit. When that business talk start coming, you like, man, remember, NBA Youngboy, what, yo, the amount of fucking albums, mixtapes, whatever the fuck you want to call it, NBA Youngboy gave Atlantic Records. And the fact this nigga wanted masters of some of them, and they like, nah, we'll give you 25 M's though. Nah, like, bro, with all that mixtape album, bro, y'all niggas is eating. Y'all could at least gave that nigga 30 M's. Fuck y'all niggas talking about. That nigga doesn't even use promo money. He just tweets the shit. He doesn't really do promo. So y'all still got that shit. You didn't allocate that money nowhere. Like, bro, but hey, this shit is shiesty, man. We'll see what the fuck happens. I don't know. Especially a lot of people want to hear from Offset, especially with the Grammy situation that did happen. And, you know, Takeoff passing away. A lot of people want to hear about that. So, of course, we want to hear that. You know, Quavo's doing this thing. You know, I don't know how Quavo's doing this, but hey, he's doing this thing. So we waiting to hear on that, but we'll see, bro. I tell you, bro, this music business is shiesty. Don't get it wrong. Just because we see them boys in slick black suits, you know what I'm saying, hair gelled up, doesn't mean they wearing a shiesty. You know, we just out here with this shiesty with the girls in them out. Don't think just because you don't see it, they ain't got a little shiesty, you know. What do you think about this? You think QC wrong for that, or you think it's just business and Offset and them gonna have to come to agreement and try to figure this shit out? But yeah, put your comments down below. Check out the links in the description. I got some other vids for y'all to check out. Besides all that, you already know what it is. It's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ that while doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like and subscribe. You trying to hear a little bit more, you hear me? I'm gone. Slimes on peace, y'all. Gang. Aye.